Victims were sleeping early Monday when a hillside collapsed near Freetown. Aid agencies are evacuating people nearby. Just look at those rushing waters. Tom Sater's following this disaster from the CNN Weather Center. He has more, Tom.
Amber, it was just yesterday, 24 hours ago, we talked about the devastating landslides in northern India with the two buses down a gorge. Nepal seeing their worst flash flooding and landslides all year long, and northeast India is flooding again. And just when you think it can't get any worse or a death toll can't get any higher, this happened. These boulders most likely were not there yesterday. This is down closer to where the town of the capital, Freetown, meets, of course, the coast. This is the time of year where we have a wave. It's almost a highway of storms across north-central Africa. It's the intertropical convergence zone. It slides up towards June. So the wet season really in western Africa in this area is June through October. But the rainiest months are July and August. And about every 4 days, if you were to look at a chart of the rain in the last couple of weeks, we have these little waves that develop. Every 4 days, they get a little bit of a spike, but this has been a higher than usual amount of rainfall for this season. You can start to see them develop. When they move off the coast, they become something tropical during the hurricane season for the Atlantic. Here is Freetown. It is an overcrowded coastal city, home to 1.2 million. Satellite-derived rainfall shows the heavier amounts that have typically been offshore, but Freetown is onshore. Now, the higher mountain village of region is where we had the heavy rain at night with the landslide. Of course, water just wants to take the fastest path it can out toward the ocean, and the pictures and the devastating news was coming in. What we're looking at here is a landslide. This is in the higher terrain. To give you perspective, there's a vehicle. So this is just part one. The second part was the mud flow, the debris through the town, which created just as much damage. Since the 1st of July, they picked up over a meter's worth of rainfall. Typically, it would be 350 millimeters. So this is about 3 times what they would typically have. You'll see on the satellite, here comes another wave. In 4 days, we'll have another one that'll move in right behind it. Most of it, of course, you would hope that would miss the areas, but any change in the path of these storms could drop a lot more. We are looking at our forecast models to keep heavier amounts, but still 50 to 100 millimeters could move into this area. Then we'll watch it develop as a wave, just like Tropical Storm Gert did as it came off the coast of Africa. So again, when you have 600 believed to be missing, you know the death toll is going to rise. Already in the hospital and the mortuaries are packed and overcrowded, but they have rescued over 71.
Whoa! Whoa!
Severe weather that's slamming the country, a powerful storm system stretching all the way from Texas to the East Coast. Flash floods down south this morning, and that possible tornado destroying buildings and cars in Maryland. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is on the scene in Salisbury for us. Good morning, Stephanie.
Robin, good morning. The intense winds caused a path of destruction here in Salisbury, blasting a hole through this building here, leaving cinder blocks and debris scattered on the ground, and the storms aren't over yet. Lightning, fires and floods. Oh. In Maryland, a possible tornado touching down.
It sounded like bulls were running across the roof.
The violent winds sending vehicles flying, damaging homes and crumbling buildings. Security footage even showing one car flipping across a parking lot. Plus, a large storm system triggering emergency flash flood warnings in Houston this morning. Torrential downpours dumping up to 6 inches of rain.
The water just submerged our car.
A similar scene in San Antonio, up to a half foot of rain falling fast. Rescue crews saving drivers trapped in rising floodwaters.
The water's just about going over the hood.
And dangerous lightning strikes sparked numerous house fires throughout Texas.
Pretty much the whole attic looked like it was on fire.
This as we see new video from the moment that EF2 tornado touched down in Tulsa.
Oh my goodness.
It was just black and everything exploded.
The family that shot this cell phone video says they didn't have time to escape the powerful twister.
They all get away from the window. Next thing you know, the tornado's down and we're underneath the debris.
Thankfully, no one was seriously injured here in Salisbury, but the mayor tells me it'll take some time for families and businesses to recover from the damage. Robin.
Thinking of everybody there, Stephanie. Thank you. And now let's go to Ginger for more on the flash flooding threat. Millions on alert, Ginger.
And more than a dozen water rescues already performed this morning in Houston. You can see some of the images coming out. New numbers now indicate more than 8 inches of rain has fallen in the last 24 hours. 6 of it came in just 6 hours, from about midnight till 6 a.m. So this is all from a stationary front, and it's still going. The flash flood warning still in place near Houston there. Mississippi back through Arkansas. That stationary front doesn't move a lot. It bubbles around, and that means you're going to see more rain. So Birmingham, Alabama, back through central Mississippi, even central Georgia, including Atlanta. A lot of rain today. George.
Okay, Ginger, thanks. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
The United States will experience its first transcontinental solar eclipse in 99 years, and it doesn't happen until next year.
I'm just looking forward to seeing it myself. You know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime viewing area.
But enthusiasts are already making plans.
We've had calls from people in Europe, South America, and so people will come from all over the world to see this and chase this eclipse.
The best place to see the eclipse on the East Coast? Columbia, South Carolina. Anyone within a 100-mile radius of the city will experience 2.5 minutes of pure darkness in the middle of the afternoon. 12 states are along the path of the eclipse, which will travel from Oregon to South Carolina on Monday, August 21st, 2017.
Citywide, there's a massive effort to have all kinds of events throughout the Midlands of South Carolina so that people will have options, places to view them, things to do.
Which means a major boost in spending, from dining in restaurants to visiting museums and weekend stays at hotels.
I'd say 75 to 80 rooms are booked up right now this time.
That's 80 out of 130 rooms, a year in advance.